What's going on, YouTube family? We are back with another video, and we had to go ahead and get into it with another episode of the One Piece anime because they're just going so crazy with this anime that I can't help but watch. Bro, I used to be anime only at one point in time, but then, I got to the point where I just couldn't take it. I had to be up to date with the manga. But before we get into the episode, let's go ahead and remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so that you get the content as soon as it drops, and of course smash that like button so that of course you help the channel to grow. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode because there was a lot of really good content. So the very first thing we see is leaving off from last episode, because I watched it too, of course, watching every episode. And Zoro had just went all out on an attack on Kaido. It was the nine-limbed Ashura. Bruh, that attack by itself goes hard. Kaido even gave him a really big compliment because of how well he uses his Conqueror's Haki that he just shrugged off like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. But, that's how last episode ended, and they picked up right off where they left off right there, where Luffy was standing up, and it was like, bruh, we don't want to join you. Our goal is to become the freest pirates on the sea, and that's not going to happen if we decide to follow you. So you can take that and stick it where the sun don't shine. So, nah, bruh, I'm going to be king of the pirates. You going down because I'm about to surpass you somehow in this fight. We gonna win. Of course, that's Luffy being Luffy, so that's no surprise there. We come to expect that from Luffy, no matter what happens. But Kaido was like, "Yo, okay, I'm the strongest creature in the world, so I want to see you do it. Let me see what you got." He's still throwing that out there because he's been saying that the whole fight. But he was like, "Okay, you keep on getting up. You keep on you have this eye determination that I like. I like seeing that. Yep, your punches are impressive. You actually got some hits on me, but I'm still not thoroughly impressed. I'm impressed, but not thoroughly impressed. So let's keep going." So yeah. So then we kind of veer off and we're talking to Big Mom where, bro, we get a chance. Bro, we saw, okay, so first off, let me preface this. This isn't the first time we've seen Big Mom use part of her soul to create another follower. Not at all. We've actually seen it a couple times. Once, when we first introduced to her, she's actually taken her soul back from one of her followers. But then we see when we get to Whole Cake Island how she creates one, how she just pulls her part of her soul out and then puts it into whatever inanimate object that she wants to, point blank, period. But this time it had like a little special something to it because when they zoom bro, when they zoom in on her and she grabs her side, I'm pretty sure she farts. I'm pretty sure of it. You can go back and check it for me. I swear for the Lord, I think she farts. Bro, that is one of the most hilarious things. Because I wasn't expecting that. It caught me way off guard, bro. It caught me off guard. So because I knew what she was going to do, but I wasn't expecting the fart. So oh, there's a little bit of that little slice of comedy in that moment. But this time the actual effects was a little bit on the weird side because, I mean, granted, you've been able to take a piece of your soul out and put it in an inanimate object or whatnot, and, or whatever. But this time it got rather creepy because the exchange, because they only showed lips of the new being. So I'm not really sure what's going to end up happening because I know, being a manga reader, I know what's going to happen. But with the way they animated this part was a little weird. this took me back a little bit. I was like, I don't know, but that fart, that fart had me dying. But yeah. So another funny part about this was the fact of how Prometheus was super excited about this, and he kept on getting really big. And I don't know if anybody saw the symbolism in regards to that, but every time this Joker got one, his smile got bigger, and on top of it, he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, Oda, what you trying to symbolize right here? What you trying to tell us right now, man? Okay, I don't know if anybody else caught that. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure, but Prometheus was getting way too excited about this, and so after that, she straight up 100% mollywopped Killer and Kid, just threw them all the way back into the building, and they couldn't even find themselves. They was like, where in the world? What in the world happened just now? Like, they blacked out for a second to the point where they didn't even know where they were. So when she finally gets back in, she don't even know where they are. They end up on two different levels of Onagashima's palace. So then we actually go over and we get a chance to catch up with Otama, Nami, Usopp, and that big yellow dog that they've been running on the back of for the longest, with Page One still dead on their heels after them beating up on Uti. So he's like, yo, y'all can't just be beating up on my sister. Y'all done made her mad. First, Nami actually hits him with some rainwater, get him. He doesn't really think much about that. Then Usopp hits him with the little smoke cloud. He doesn't really think much about that because he's like, you know what, I'm just annoyed. I'm going to catch up with them. I'm going to beat them until they can't move no more. And then when as soon as he comes out of the cloud, then Nami hits him with the thunder, and you would think him being wet already, he getting hit with electricity, he's out for the count. But no, he goes into his hybrid mode and completely outdoes him on that. So it was a good idea, but it didn't work. But Otama has an idea for him. The dog just goes ahead and speeds up, runs through a wall, knocks him off. That's actually kind of funny. But nothing too insanely crazy about that. What was the most important part of the whole entire episode, of course, was the fact that Luffy finally was able to go ahead and get the right balance of Rio, put it into actual use, because this man, he hits Kaido so hard. He hits Kaido so hard that they go ahead and start playing the We Are theme music, man. You tell me how hard this dude has to hit somebody for them to go ahead and start playing this theme music. That's how you know. Not only that, but like the build up to how he was like concentrating, and the flow of his aura was going, and like how he was concentrating all of his haki and the Rio all the way down to his fist, and going back in his mind to when Horigoro was teaching him how to use Rio to begin with. So like they was building it up the whole way, and then when they actually let him connect, they actually start playing the theme music, man. Bruh. But what's even more crazier is how much Kaido is actually affected by this hit. Kaido wasn't really expecting that, but Kaido kept on egging him on, kept on doing it, kept on pushing him, and like when you push the main character, things happen, man. You gotta be careful about that. So he was finally able to use it without actually touching Kaido. Law just so happened to look up and see this happen, and Law's stupefied. So insanely stupefied about the whole situation, because hold on a second. He didn't even touch him though. How's that possible? With the pacing that they're specifically having for this, because they don't want to do too much in regards to catching up with the manga. This was a perfect episode. This was a good episode that had a lot of good detail, a really good pacing on the fight, as well as kind of like some checkups with other people within the fight. You know, we still didn't really get a chance to see what Sanji or Chopper or Brook are doing, or even Robin for that matter. But it is what it is, man. I mean, again, the pacing that they're going at, they want to make sure to take advantage of that because they don't want the anime to catch up to the manga, because the manga is quite a bit in the distance. But the 1 month hiatus that Oda took did kind of shorten that a little bit. So the level of pacing has become even slower with the anime than it is in the manga, just so that they can create that space again. But But one final thing about this episode was the previews. The previews was amazing because they went ahead and, you know, Film Red is actually finally out in Japan. You know, I'm on the East Coast in the U.S., so they're 14 hours ahead of us here on the East Coast in this time zone. So on August 5th in the afternoon, my time, it's already August 6th in their time. So the movie Film Red has already been released as of August 5th U.S. time, Eastern Standard Time. So they made sure to throw that in here, and essentially they gave away. They didn't really give away too much, but it made me that much more interested in seeing the movie, and I can't wait until I can get my hands on a subbed copy so that I can go ahead and watch right away. Because there's no way in the world I want to wait until October or whatever time in the fall that it's going to be finally dubbed and brought to the U.S. I'm not doing that. That's not going to happen. Because I'd just be like all the other dubbed watchers that's still way back in like the 700s. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the episode, man. I can't wait. I know there's so many people that's so interested in waiting for the big revelation of how they're going to animate a particular spoiler that I'm not necessarily going to name, but I'm sure that as big as it is and as much hype as it's gotten, it's kind of hard to get away from that. But I'm not going to spoil any further in this video right now. But I know there's so many people that's so ready for that to be animated. The spoiler that I'm talking about, so ready. I'm one of those people. But that spoiler, that's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that to be animated. Y'all tell me in the comment section, without trying to spoil other people, what if y'all are ready for that. At the level of pacing that they're going, it's probably going to be a couple more months. Some people are actually even saying a year from now. I hope not, because that's a little too slow on pacing. If you're doing half a chapter in the manga per episode, then it's gonna take you a long time, because they're ways back. They're about 20 chapters back. So I really hope for anime watchers only, I hope that that's not the case, because if y'all have potentially up to a year, imagine that spoiler. Let's see, that was originally dropped in early June. No, early May, and you still have to wait until next year. Yeah, they need to pick up the pacing. So, but anyway, we're gonna end the video here. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section down below. Again, I always make sure to try and look through all the comments. Make sure you drop something in the comment section down below. I do give shout outs, so your comment might be in the next video. But until then, I holler at y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't be shy. Feel free to share as well, man. I'm all for it. But I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.